What's up, everybody? Albert from CCS Cleaning here. Just thought to touch base real quick with you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and enough of that nonsense. So, wanted to touch on a little bit on my origin story to give you a little bit more feedback. Some of the questions that you guys have had, one that has actually stood out for me, to just give you more information on was, I think Alan asked me the other day. How did I actually get over being the feeling of being alone? See, at that point, I was in the business. I was working in the business, not on the business. So I was working a lot. I was doing it all. I was doing it all. I was doing the marketing, advertising. I was doing the account management. I was doing the site visits. I was doing the customer surveys. Which would run from morning till dusk. So, it was a busy period for me as a business owner, as a entrepreneur, and I'm not faulting that because that's part and parcel of what you need to kind of go through to learn what works for you. And for me, at that point, I sort of knew that it wasn't something I could sustain for too much longer. So. One of the things that my research and everything that I got into sort of came back with was you need to build your team. So potentially you need to build your team to help with HR, payroll, marketing, advertising. You don't have to be the jack of all trades or yes you do, but you don't have to be the expert in everything that you do. So you hire the experts to help you out in that regard. So when I started to get people to help out in one scenario, it would free up a block of my time. And in the end, I think I was able to get my hours, my weekly working hours to about, I think 5 hours a week, which was close enough to target. It was close enough to the target that I wanted to achieve. I still wanted to have time for other things that I do love. Basketball being one of them. I'm going to the gym, staying healthy, spending time with the family and the kid especially. Only for, you tend to fill up that time with other things. Whether it's noise, whether it's stuff you love, yes, you will fill up the free time with other things. But, which goes back to my initial question. To retrieve and reclaim some of that precious time that I was using to work all the time. I had a team for the business, and then I went a little further to hire a team for the personal stuff, which is where we are now, which is where this offer is coming from. If you have someone that will help you once a month to just come in and do some of the more detailed cleaning that takes time, that will free you up to go to the park, take the kids to the movies, have a date night, have 3 to 4 hours to yourself where you can just go sit by the water, sit by the river, whatever your thing is, and have a coffee and reflect on things that are important to you, things that you haven't had the period of time to sit and logically think through things. Just 2 to 3 hours. You can jot down your notes or whatever. This is where I'm at in this day and age. This is why to get someone, a cleaning resource to come in and help out during the weekends is helpful. This is where, whenever I have a rental inspection or a house inspection or something like that, I will call my guys to come in and help out maybe 2 days before the rental inspection is due, so they can reach those areas where it would take me a lot longer to do and be as proficient as what they would do. So it just makes more sense, and that allows me to focus. I have the peace of mind, having the guys come and do what they do best. I can sort of live through that week without worrying about what the real estate agent or the property manager or the owner of the place is going to say to me. It helps. So anchoring back and bringing that back, that's one way that I was actually able to move away from working alone and trying to do everything alone. Sort of breaking those old beliefs where it's like, look, hiring someone is not second nature to me, but being able to rely on someone to help me out while I'm doing not necessarily more important things, but things that had a little bit more value at the time to myself, it makes a lot more sense. building the team has allowed me to do, you know, different things. Has allowed me to free up that time to do the things that, you know, at that period of whatever I was working on was more important. So yeah, I hope that's answered the question, and I'll be sure to fill you in on some of the other questions that you might have fairly soon. Thank you.